Hey everyone, welcome back to My Perspective. If you're new here, my name is Shelby. Today we're going to be doing a Q&A. There's a lot of new people that have started listening to the podcast, so I thought this would be a great way for all the new people to get to know me and then just talk about some things that are fun, questions you guys have. I think this will just be a fun episode. I love listening to Q&As on other podcasts, especially when they answer questions I write in. For the future, make sure you're following the Instagram. That's where I'm going to release any Q&A questions. You can also DM me them too. The Instagram is My Perspective Pod, and then I also have pretty much all the other links in the description, which include YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, my newsletter. I also have like codes for discounts that I have, just any other information you guys might be interested in. I guess we'll just get into the segments of today. Any updates? This is my second time recording this episode. I didn't really like the first one, so I'm re-recording it. I didn't even get through all the questions. Updates. Oh, I got a fourth job. That's my update, I guess. So pretty much I do customer service and I also help in the warehouse for Basket Case, which is a men's streetwear brand. And now it's in the same warehouse. I'm going to be doing it for this professional skateboarder has a sandal shoe brand called Avos. So I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing for them, just like maybe 10 hours or less a month. So that is currently my fourth job. I'm a very busy woman. And then my dislike is I literally started my period right before recording this episode. It's crazy because this morning I was like my boobs hurt really bad. TMI. They do when I'm about to start my period. And I was like, oh, my boobs aren't hurting anymore because I did a really intense hard workout this morning. And I actually found a new Pilates studio I love in Orange County. I've been going multiple times a week, which is so nice. And I walked there this morning. So I was like, oh, like maybe my period won't come for a couple more days. I also wasn't cramping, and then all of a sudden I started my period, and now I can just tell my energy is so low, which is really interesting. So I guess that's just like my dislike is I'm cramping really bad, my energy's low. Off topic though, something I really do love about my period is that is the one time I let myself rest, I let myself sleep in, I don't work out much. So next week I'm pretty much only gonna work out twice before work. I do this because I think my body needs more rest, and I'm trying to figure this out just in general too, but during my period my body needs more rest to recover. I'm only doing 2 workouts because 2 people invited me to go to Pilates, and I obviously already walk a lot at work, and I think I just need to sleep in more. And also it's 1 week, like it's not going to kill me not to work out. Something I've been wanting to do with my workout regimen is run more. So I honestly notice a huge difference in my physique when I run more. I think I need more cardio in my routine. I haven't run in a really long time because, as you know, I get stress fractures in my feet a lot, so I have to kind of be careful with it. So I want to start running again. I really like the Pilates I've been doing a lot more mat Pilates. That's the new studio I really like. I haven't been weightlifting that much because I think I already have a ton of muscle because I've been weightlifting since middle school. So a lot of people say like weightlifting doesn't make you bulky. Weightlifting doesn't make you bulky if you don't weightlift a lot, if you've only been weightlifting for a short amount of time. But I've been weightlifting literally half my life. At this point I do get bulky, and I think it's just also my genetics. Like my dad is a very lean person, but my mom, I would say, has a lot of muscle. I think I definitely have my mom's genetics of big quads. I can get a big butt really quick. I get abs really quick. My muscle just grows really quick. So I'm pretty much stopped weightlifting for the most part, and now I mainly do Pilates, yoga, walks, and then I want to start running more. That's just like a side thing I've been thinking about, and I do enjoy running more in the summer because it's really nice, and I like to join run clubs and stuff. That's a little update. Also, before we get into the episode, if you enjoy this episode or the podcast in general, make sure to share it with a friend or leave a review. Give it this show 5 stars. I'm really trying to expand the show as much as I can. It's definitely my baby. Okay, actually something like that happened that was really cool this week was my instructor at the new Pilates studio that I really loved recognized me from my Instagram. I think just small moments like that remind me of like why I put so much time and effort into my podcast and social media in general. Because like I know I don't have a huge following. I'm still persistent at it and I'm not giving up, and I still try to post every day, every week. I get discouraged all the time. Like there's no doubt about it. When I run into people that recognize me or listen to the podcast or I get good feedback on anything, it makes me so happy because I'm like, okay, this is why I do it. This is why I haven't given up yet. And I know eventually it will all be worth it. Even in the moment, it sucks. It just sucks to like put so much effort into something and not see it do well. Oh, actually something random that I've really been loving this week is Max showed me how to like change the wallpaper with photos for your phone screen. I keep getting super cute photos of Miso as a puppy and funny photos of Max, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best. I'm so excited to look at my phone to see what picture shows up. I want to show everyone the photos. Like I think they're so cute. I don't know, that's just like something really random that I've been loving this week. Let's get into the episode because I can just ramble and ramble all day long. As I already said, I posted these questions on the Instagram, and then I also compiled some questions I have gotten through text, through TikTok DMs, through a little bit of different spots, so I can answer them for you guys. So I'm obviously going to keep it anonymous out of respect for people, but this one is about relationships and it's kind of long. This is about a girl that I'm best friends with and I'm in love with. She's in a long distance relationship with a guy and he lives in another country. These people live a couple hours from each other. Is it possible that she's staying with him because she thinks he's the safe choice because he's in another country? She had a devastating breakup in her relationship before him. I think she got with this guy from another country because she knows it's safe to break it up with him at any time. She isn't risking that devastation because she can tell herself, oh, he's in a different country, and blame their breakup on he's in a different country, long distance didn't work. But if she were to date me, she would risk another devastating breakup if she started to date me and it didn't work out. This guy that she's with now, he was her rebound after that devastating breakup with the previous guy. I think she doesn't love him, but she rebounded with him. I think she truly loves me, not him. This was a really fun question to read. I really love the podcast Hot Takes because they do a lot of like, am I the asshole questions? And I think they're so entertaining. If I'm giving advice to you, like she's in another relationship, you have to respect that. After you express your feelings towards her, that you do want to date her, whatever, like you want to get off your chest, you do that once and then you move on. If she doesn't reciprocate it because she's obviously in love with this other guy and she's going to move to this other country with him, you can't do anything at that point. It's kind of like if they wanted to, they would. If she did want to be with you, I know that's hard to hear, but she would be with you. I think for yourself and for her, you need to move on and stop talking to her as much, especially because it's really disrespectful to her relationship. And obviously she should do that herself, not necessarily you, but I think for yourself, you need to move on. Find someone else to talk to, even though she is your best friend, because it does suck to see your best friend love someone when you love them. However, if her and her current boyfriend do break up and you guys are meant to be together, she will come back for you. And I think you just need to have that positive mindset, kind of not prey on their downfall. Because if you're supposed to be together, you will. But I don't think constantly telling her over and over that you love her and that you should be with her is the right thing to do, because you actually might just push her away. Oh, also, if she's not talking to you about the terrible things her boyfriend does or says, they honestly might have a really healthy relationship and it's not just her rebound. If it's been a few years, a rebound doesn't really last that long. So I think you just need to look at the big picture here. As hard as it is, put your feelings aside and think about what's best for her. Question number 2. Did you have second thoughts about doing a podcast based on other people's opinions? Absolutely. I think starting anything and posting it online for everyone to see is really scary. Especially, I was still in college when I did this. I kind of used it as an excuse for my senior project, because when I started releasing episodes and when I was asking feedback from people, I pretty much just framed it and like, oh, this is my senior project, what do you think? But I also don't think it was surprising for people for me to start a podcast. I have been obsessed with podcasts since my sophomore year of college. Even honestly in high school, I loved podcasts. I loved Oprah's podcast. I loved Call Her Daddy. I think just a bunch of girly pop podcasts. I really fell in love with wellness my sophomore year of college. So I think me coming out with a podcast my junior year wasn't super surprising. I think what's the best thing to do is if you're going to start something, go full force in it. Put that embarrassment behind you because everything's embarrassing when you first start. If you are so worried about being embarrassed all the time, you're never going to do what you truly want to do. And I think people respect you more when you keep doing it. I think at this point, I'm not embarrassed anymore. Like if people want to send me in Mean Girl group chats and make fun of me for what I post, go ahead. Give me more engagement. I also am not a fan of blocking people. I always say, like, let them be a fan. Let them stalk me. I don't care. Go ahead. You know, it doesn't hurt me that you're staring at all my social media platforms. What's the most encouraging part is when people do say positive things about your podcast. And I've had people reach out from middle school, from high school. I run into people now that listen to the podcast that I don't even know. Like, that is the best part about having a podcast or just anything on social media. If you want to do it, nobody's stopping you. Everybody has access to the internet nowadays. Everybody can grow. Everybody can make money. I think you have to go back to the why are you doing it? And my why was because I felt like there was a gap in conversations about any topic. I just would listen to podcasts and I'd be like, oh my God, they missed this point that I think is so much more important. Or I have to share this with someone. For the most part, like, want to help people feel better, just and whether that's their health, their wellness, or make them feel less alone. And also giving people realistic point of view. Me sitting here just in comfy clothes in my living room is a realistic of what my life looks like. I'm not gonna put on a whole show for you when that's not what my life actually looks like. And I think that's really important in today's day and age because a lot of things are curated. I think people forget it. Next question. Controversial hot takes. This is where I ended last time I tried to record this because I'm really not good at hot takes. I even looked some up because I was like, what are some controversial hot takes? I don't really think I get the concept. My first controversial hot take is I think that 9 out of 10 people look bad with lip filler. I feel bad to say that because I know so many people with lip filler. I can tell every single time someone has lip filler, even if it's a little bit, I can tell. I think I know one person, maybe two people that look good with lip filler, and it's because they have such a small amount, but I can still tell they have it. I think lip filler is going to be the new eyebrow blindness. If you're seeing that trend on TikTok where you've had terrible eyebrows and you didn't realize it, that's lip filler. Did I used to want to have lip filler at one point? Yes. Did I ever get it? No, because I would be too afraid that it would look bad because it looks bad on literally everyone. I think, okay, so honestly, I don't really have any other hot takes, but I can share something. There's like this trend on TikTok right now where people are sharing things I don't care about. And I think that's a better route for me to go in because I don't really get hot takes. I don't care whether or not you haven't eaten today. I don't think it makes you cool. I also don't think it makes you cool how little you have slept. I really don't care. I don't care about the current guy you're talking about. That's a hard one to say. I think because if you're single and you're going out all the time and you're meeting all these guys, you're meeting so many guys and there's just a new guy every couple week or two. Like, I literally don't care. I don't care about your party stories. I don't care about the guy you're talking to because I know there's just going to be another one. And that makes me sound like a terrible friend. I just don't think it like adds, do you even care? I don't know. That probably makes me sound so bad. I don't really care about celebrity drama either. I pretty much only care about Selena Gomez, maybe Justin Bieber. Not even. I just love Selena Gomez. Yeah, I don't care about who's dating who. I'm really bad with pop culture. Like, I don't know singers, actors, famous TikTokers. Like, I'm just not in that world. Obviously, I know A-list celebrities. Like, I'm not dumb. I'm not trying to sound cool. I just don't care what outfit they're wearing today, who they hooked up with last week. I'm going to move on because I don't think I'm the person to ask hot takes, even though controversial hot takes are so interesting. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't have original opinions. Okay, 2, pros and cons of the health and wellness space. This one's great. Pros, I think it makes health more accessible to people. I have met such great friends through the health and wellness space. I start podcasts through it. You can make money through it. I obviously adore, why is that, am I using that word? But I think the wellness health space, the holistic space can be better than Western medicine in terms of preventative health, not necessarily emergency. I just think there's so many pros to it and I love it and I've definitely made it my personality. I definitely think it's a hobby, a passion of mine. I've been becoming a health coach. Cons of it though is people like me I mean, a lot of people. I'm an extremist. I think very black or white. So sometimes you can become a little obsessive. So I think balance is definitely needed. 2 is it's still a business. So people are still trying to profit off of you or not necessarily always being genuine. 3, there's still mean girls in the health and wellness space. I do agree that like you would think everyone would be really nice, working on themselves, trying to be a better version of self. Nope. Well, yes, but there's still the mean girls. They don't just go away. I think that's my only cons. Moving on. Books to read for the summer. Every single book from Colleen Hoover. I know maybe that's controversial. I liked Colleen Hoover books. I didn't really like what is it called? Like sequels. I didn't really like the sequels, but I liked majority of the books. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Yeah, I'm honestly like, I do read a lot of books, but I wouldn't say I'm original when it comes to books. I'm in a book club, and let me share with you guys her profile. Okay, her name is Taylor. I'm in her book club, and she gives the best book recommendations, and her Instagram is TK's Library. So tks.library. I love every book that she pretty much recommends, and I totally read them all. Next question, passions outside of health and wellness. So this is kind of hard to answer because I feel like my entire life is ingrained with health and wellness. I would say reading, not journaling, coloring. I love coloring books. So everybody loves to go on vacation, but the things I love to do on vacation, I actually can do at home. So I try to take my dog to new places and pretend like he's someone visiting me. That's really fun. I like to do something really fun. I like to do. This is so hard to answer. I try to be more sporty and more artsy. I definitely have a lot of passions I want to get into. I would say like pickleball, like outdoor sports, pickleball, surfing. I want to get back into surfing. Artsy things. I want to take a pottery class. I want to take a gymnastics class. I definitely need more passions outside of health and wellness. So that's why I want to do like more outdoor activities. Also free activities is something I want to do. Sorry, it's kind of a boring answer. Next is, how do you outgrow friends the right way? Is there a right way to grow out friends? I just listened to an episode, a mini episode with the Skinny Confidential about how to kind of outgrow friends. I think like, okay, basically when a friend like constantly is asking you to hang out and you just don't have the bandwidth, they basically said to like tell the friend, hey, I love hanging out with you. I just feel like, this wasn't the exact words, but I feel like I can't meet your needs and it's making me feel like I'm a bad friend, but I just don't have the bandwidth, or I just don't have the energy, the time to give you what you need or hang out as much as you need. Being upfront is a really great way. It's definitely gonna hurt their ego no matter what. You definitely should not ghost someone, or maybe just even like slowly extend the hangouts longer and longer. I don't really know how to outgrow friends. I think it's hard when you're like best friends. I definitely have tried at where we were best friends, and I would have been so okay with just being friends with this girl. Like I could have been like a hangout every other week, or just in group settings, or even once a month with this friend, but she couldn't, and that's because we were so close. I think it's hard for people to put somebody in a box after you already put them in a box. I have gone about trying to not be friends with someone by literally never reaching out, and then I realized they never reached out to me. I've gone through huge friend breakups where we just told each other we're not friends anymore. As I get older, the right way is to have the conversation with someone and to have no animosity towards them. Ending a friendship goes two ways, and if the other person is not also emotionally intelligent and mature, it's not really gonna work. You can't control how they react, which is the sad part. I don't know. I think just having respect towards other people. Everyone's going through their own thing. Everyone's so busy. Everyone just has like their own life, and being honest. I think being honest. And hopefully they respect your answer, or like you actually telling them. Yeah, I still have people that like I just don't have closure with. And now I'm fine with it. For the longest time, it really ate me alive because I was trying to figure out why. I hope that helps. Personal goals for 2024. I try to make goals every New Year's, and then I also try to make goals with my boyfriend every anniversary, and sometimes every New Year. So my goals for this year, let's find them. I definitely wrote them down. And let's see what I've completed so far. Go on a trip with Max. So Max is my boyfriend. If you're new, we've been together for 4 years, and we're going on our first long-term trip to Italy. We're going for about 10 days. Go somewhere Europe or go to somewhere tropical. So going to Italy. So that crosses off 2 and 1. I think Max and I are going to take a tropical trip next year since we're doing a city trip. 3, make 1 to 2 solid friends in Orange County, which I think I've done. I definitely think I've done. Finish health coaching. I finished health coaching in September. Get 1 health coaching client. Obviously, I haven't done that yet because I haven't finished. Try a new hobby, maybe something creative. Haven't done that yet. I do really, really want to sign up for a pottery class or a painting class or something. Post weekly pod episode. That was obviously like a really big goal. I definitely haven't posted an episode every week, but I think I've pretty much posted at least twice a month, if not 3 times a month. That's almost every week. 1 interview a month. I have done that and I'm really proud of myself. So I actually have 2 episodes coming out with my friend Hannah. I'm going to have the first episode released, and then I'm going to have the vlog of our weekend, and then the second episode released next week. Heal from mold. I think I'm doing that. And then feel better in general. I definitely think I have pinned down my health to gluten like 100%. Right now I'm currently working on my blood sugar with my health coach. So getting a health coach for myself was really big this year. I am still feeling really bad. I am feeling a lot better recently, and I think that has a lot to do with whether or not I'm having a flare. So when I'm having a flare, that means, oh my God, it's kind of crazy. If you listen to the podcast, I talk about it a lot, but when I'm having a flare, my fatigue is 10 times worse than normal. Like I want to fall asleep in workout classes, at work, like I can't get out of bed. My joint pain feels like I'm 80 years old. It hurts to do anything. It's mainly fatigue and joint pain that's like really bad. Can't do anything with cross-contamination anymore. Like it just wrecks me. But I've been working on my blood sugar levels, gotten on iron and vitamin D supplements and things to help me break down fats and proteins. Also, a goal for myself this year was to start my YouTube channel, which I have done. I have posted 1 vlog, and then I have another one coming out within the next couple of weeks. I'm really proud of myself. That was definitely something scary to do because I feel like with YouTube, everyone can see how many people view it. Obviously, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but like I'm slowly growing, and YouTube is something I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid. I started a YouTube channel, I think, when I was in middle school. So always wanted to be a YouTuber. I mean, I don't consider myself a YouTuber, but I love watching my old YouTube videos, and I'm so excited from 5 years from now to go look back and be like, oh my God, what did I do in my early 20s? I'm still in my early 20s. It's not too late to record all these memories. So I'm starting now. It's never too late. Just do it. Advice for therapy. I have been doing therapy since my freshman year of college, and I have encouraged so many people to go to therapy, is to be brutally honest with your therapist. Like, your therapist is only there to help you. The best thing about therapy is they are completely removed from your life, so they have no bias towards what you should or shouldn't do because it doesn't affect them in any single way. I used to hold back a lot in therapy. I really honestly didn't open up to my therapist till my junior year of college because I was embarrassed. I didn't want her to feel like she was failing me. Obviously trying to people please in my therapy, but because there's so many things going on in my life, whether it's friendships, family, I just would talk about pretty much everything that is affecting my life. I was kind of tiptoeing around the actual issues in my life because there are other things in the moment, but I wasn't really looking toward the long-term things. When I got a new therapist, I pretty much laid it all out for her pretty quickly, and we also started with EMDR therapy, which I think really helped get me to even talk about things I haven't been able to talk about. What I realized was, like, your therapist isn't going to push you to talk about things you're not ready to talk about yet. At least the therapists I've had. So once you start to talk about it, it opens up the gateway for them to be able to help you because they can't read your mind. They don't know what you've been through. You're the only person who knows. And it's really freeing to say it out loud and to have someone validate you and help you work through it and help you not repeat patterns too. I think being honest, being open, and also not feeling like you have to people please your therapist. Your therapist is there for you. Also, if you don't like your therapist, go get another one. It's like dating. You just have to find the person that works for you. I've had a lot of therapists I didn't like, and when I finally find one that I like, it's the best. I also think being consistent with therapy is really important. Like, you shouldn't just go to therapy when everything's gone to shit. It's still really important to go to therapy when things are going good because that's when you talk about your family trauma or just things you haven't talked about yet because it may have happened in the past and you don't think it affects you now, but it is really still helpful to talk about it. Next, what is my relationship with alcohol? This one's an interesting question. I've never been asked before. I don't think I've necessarily had a bad relationship with alcohol. I started drinking when I was in high school, when I went to public school. I definitely drank a good amount, not like crazy, but I would go to parties and I would black out or just like barcode which is barcoding means like not forgetting the whole night, but forgetting bits and pieces. I definitely got myself into like scary situations or just did things that I wouldn't do sober, but alcohol usually was just for partying and just having fun. Like, I have a lot of fun memories being drunk. Like, I definitely don't have a bad relationship with alcohol. I was sober for like my whole junior year, which is funny, and then started drinking again like during COVID. But then I went to college, and I think because I drank a good amount in high school, that partying wasn't like at the forefront of my mind. Like, I was talking to girls and they would literally word for word say like, I'm so excited to go to college, like I'm itching to go to a party and to drink. And I just was like, meh. Like, going into college, I knew I wasn't going to be a huge partier. So I went to Cal Poly, and my freshman year I definitely went out to frats every once in a while. Max was on the baseball team at UCLA, and I thought the athlete parties were so much more fun than frat parties. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were. Partying with your significant other is way more fun. When you're single, I'm sure parties are so much fun. Like, you're just trying to find someone to hook up with or the cutest boy to talk to, whatever. Everything is so fun. But when you're in a relationship and all your friends are trying to hook up with someone and you're just kind of there, it's a little awkward. Like, we'll get into like going to bars now, but I loved going to parties with Max because my person was there. The guy I was going to go home with that night was with me all night, and it was so much fun to just let loose together. So I'd pretty much save all my partying for when I visited Max, because when they weren't in season, like the baseball guys would throw some parties, and I had so much fun. Definitely like my freshman year, everyone thought I was lame and that I wouldn't go out, and I pretty much consistently only went out at UCLA for like 2 years, and nobody understood me, but I was like, you guys, you just have to understand, athlete parties are way more fun than frat parties. It's not overcrowded. It's not like gross, sweaty, dumb frat boys. Like, I don't know. I also was like friends with all Max's friends. So it was really fun, but I still wouldn't party a lot. And then I went out a little bit more my junior year, which was fun because I, like, at the end of the year, I turned 21. So I went to the bars for the first time, whatever, nothing like crazy. Now, which would have been my senior year, but now I think I have gone out to the Newport bars maybe 5 times. I've lived here for a year. So definitely I don't drink a lot. I probably would say I drink once a month, if that. My relationship with alcohol is like, I don't know if this is bad, but I don't like casual drinking. I don't really like to go out to dinner and have one glass. Like, to me, alcohol is poison for your body. So if I'm gonna drink, I want to get drunk. I don't want to black out anymore, but I definitely want to feel it, have a good time. So I'm not gonna go out and just have one drink. Like, to me, that's a waste of wrecking my body for the night, and I feel it, and my aura ring tells me like something went wrong last night. You did not recover well. So I went out for my friend's birthday 2 weekends ago. We pre-gamed at her friend's house, and then we went out to the bars, and we waited in probably 3 or 4 lines, and we never ended up going to a bar. So she asked me like, oh, do you want me to Uber you to your friend or to your house? And I told her like, please Uber me to my friend who's at a bar, because I was like, there's no way I got drunk and to not go out. That would be such a waste of alcohol for me. So I went out and I had a great time. I had like actually a great time, and I didn't black out. Like, I also think being the right level of drunk is so important. I cannot go out. I go out so many times and I'm not drunk, and my friends are obliterated and I'm just like taking care of them, or I feel bad for them, and I just kind of sit there like, what? I should have just went to bed. Like, to me, it's like, do I go out? Like, I want to go out, drink, and have a great time, or I'd rather be in bed sleeping by 9 p.m. and did my whole skincare routine and watch Grey's Anatomy. I don't really like want to go out sober and take care of people, or just had one drink and like kind of wreck my day for the next day. I guess it just has to be worth it for me. I definitely have dabbled in whether or not I wanted to be sober. I don't think I want to be sober. I don't want to put that label on myself, but I definitely go through phases. Like, I really wanted to go out last night. I didn't, because I was having a really bad body image day, and I just couldn't find an outfit where I felt confident, even though I was fully ready to go out. I don't know. Also, like, with starting my period, I didn't really want to drink alcohol. That's like the worst thing you could do. So guys, that is all the questions I got asked. Make sure to keep up with the Instagram stories if you want your question answered next time. And then also you can always DM me questions. And then once I get enough questions, then I will do a part 2. But I hope you guys liked the episode. Let me know if you did like this type of episode. And I have a few interesting episodes coming out, so make sure you follow the show and have the notifications on. I usually release every Monday. That's like what I aim to strive for. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.